Week three of our 10-week program here. If you missed the other two, go back and look for them. They're titled Week 1, Week 2, but all this stuff fits together. And so I wanted to go through Week 3, and it is jumping into having an understanding of who we are. Even earlier today, I was having some discussion about, say, a parent who has two children. The difference in the kind of person and parent that they are from one child to the next is crazy, is astronomical. And that's us as a person. You know, each year that goes by, 5 years, 10 years down the road, we change who we are. Our values change, our beliefs change, our goals change. You know, we change in general in so many ways. And so ensuring that we're assessing and taking a look at who I am today so that I'm comfortable and confident in who I am and who I am going out into the world. Also so that I'm comfortable and confident in being who I am in relationships with other people that I have. That's huge because they change too. And when you're in a relationship with somebody that's really close, if you're married, your significant other, your children, though having an understanding of clear understanding of who you are and who they are and how you do that together is so important. But now, who are you? And oftentimes we'll hear programs and other things that people will say, you can't change unless you change for you. You have to change for yourself. You can't change for other people and other things and that sort of thing. And that's kind of true. But the reality is, who I am is made up by the people, places, and things that I surround myself by, that I allow into my life. They help create who I am. And so having a really clear understanding of who that is, me as a whole person, so that when I go out into the world, when I get into these relationships, when I develop these relationships and progress in these relationships, that it's truly who I am. And that's something that I'm assessing on a regular basis. So how would you do that? Well, it's kind of this old idea, old tool idea, where you put your name in the middle of a piece of paper. Just me, Damien, right there in the middle. And then I draw these spokes out from my name, and I start filling up all these other circles on the end of these spokes, and I fill them with all of the roles that I play today, all the roles that I'm in today, all of the beliefs that I have, my faith identity, my goals, my values. I'm going to fill that all these spokes up with all of those things to really have a clear understanding of who I am right now. And then one of the best things I can do for myself and anybody else that wants to have a close, loving, long, healthy relationship with me, one of the best things I can do is assessing who that is on a regular basis. Annually, whatever, maybe even more frequently than annually, but I'm constantly looking at who I am today in the roles that I play, in the faith identity, in my beliefs, my values, my goals. And ultimately what I'm looking for is not just who I am now, but to be able to do that same sort of activity with the best version of myself. What is that? That best version, if I can envision the best version and really understand how to do that, what are the roles that my best version would be playing? What is the faith identity that best version would be playing? What are the values? What are the beliefs? What are the goals that the best version of myself would have? And when I begin to assess between now and that, then I'm going to have a clear understanding of how do I get there, right? And then I'm reaching out to say, okay, well, there's a role that's missing, or there's one that I want to take out, and either, just get rid of or replace. When I begin to understand that, I begin to understand how to achieve, how to become that best version. And so I want to encourage, assess yourself and have, your significant other assess themselves, and then share that with one another. See what you're missing. See what you didn't put in there. See what you're reminded of, but have a clear understanding. If you've been married for any length of time, you're a different version today than you were many years ago. And if we're going to continue to develop our relationship together in a more positive and more successful way, the best version of ourselves together, then assessing who we are today is tremendously important, and being really clear when any time that I'm thinking of that or ask that, who are you? If I can answer it with, this is who I am. Here's the roles I play. Here's the faith identity. Here's my values. Here are my beliefs. If I can be real clear about that, then at that point I can try and become more successful at being clear about it in any relationships that I have. Reach out to us if you have any questions about any of that. God bless.